Okay, this is Samuel Selby, Portfolio 5, about to do my block-in breakdown video. Since I'll be working with two characters, I was going to go ahead and break each one down one at a time. I'll scrub through once, break down the first character, scrub through a second time, break down the second character. I've already gone ahead and, for the sake of not just stumbling through the video as I do it, I've gone ahead and broken down each pose ahead of time. So I'm just going to go ahead and walk you through the process for anyone who is listening, including myself. Okay, so alright, so right off the bat, we're going to do the character on the left first. So we start kind of like in the midst of a pose almost, so I just kind of went ahead and just started it with a contact. Um, go through to the first key here, and oh, I believe I mixed up those two. It'd be the key and then the extreme, and then there's not much of a. It's kind of like a mid pose. It's kind of a mid key pose. So there's not much of a hold here before the hands come back down into another passing pose and into another pose, and then they come down, and then I slightly come forward into like a bit of an extreme there, and then it holds for a second, and then the passing as before I bring my hand up. Actually, I could probably fit in a little anticipation right there before bringing the hand up for the passing. Another key and an extreme. I'm not exactly sure how to label it or whatever whenever you're shaking a hand quickly back and forth a little, like just slightly, but I'm going to try to recreate that as well. Uh, a hold there at like just slightly before I bring back the hand into another passing. It swoops towards me and comes down and then onto the leg right there for another key pose, and then scroll down into another hold, or an extreme, and then a hold, and then contact just before I'm about to bring my hand back up again, another point, a passing right there, another point, and hold, and then a little bit of an extreme. Actually, I don't think that should be a hold. I think that should be a key. I think I misdid that. Um, an extreme. There's the hold. Yeah, that other one should be a key. Let me just go ahead and fix that real quick. Hold, and then a contact just before I flip the hand out and begin to like look around and remember. So like passing key. There will be a couple direction changes here. Looks up, hand comes in, passing pose to stroke the chin into the key, and have a bit of an extreme, and then a hold right before I change direction with a contact pose, passing key to the right, extreme, looking slightly, head slightly comes down, arm slightly comes in, hold, and then back down, passing into looking down. Arm comes over a little bit for that extreme, hold. There should probably be a contact right there, right before I fling the arms out into the, for that key, and then the extreme, and the hold right before the hands come down, passing, key, extreme, kind of lean into it a little, hold, and that's kind of where it's anticipating the response from the other person. Anticipation, oh, and then anticipation into like the look down of like defeat of unable to console this person, passing phrase into that, and then key, and then if I mean I may put in a little dead air there at the end just to really sell the holding pose after the audio has ended, but we'll see. All right, now gonna break down the second character. Let us. Oh, there's a button for that. There we go, all the way back to the front. Okay, so for the character on the right now, we're gonna start like this first pose is there's a lot going on. I probably didn't properly anticipate for making this into an animation, or maybe I just gave myself something way too hard to do. But he's gonna be like rubbing the arm while also kind of rotating. So there's a passing into the key. I just decided to key each time the hand came up and then went back down. Each time that the hand changed from like went to a stop, I did a key. Did a key there. I guess technically that's a passing in between each one. And then a key there. And then a key there. Or an extreme. Oh wait, no, a key there. And then a passing there in the middle. An extreme as the hand comes down and then settles back up a little bit. That really should be a key right there. Key and extreme, not a passing, because that's the time in between right there. So let's go ahead and edit that into a key. I copied and pasted a lot of these text boxes, so there's possibly one or two that I forgot to label. That's why we're going through and checking. Extreme as the hand settles, passing as it comes back up. Again, why is that an extreme? That should be another key. Basically, each time the hand came up and down, I keyed it. Just because the hand will be coming up and down, and the head will be moving side to side as he rotates to his left. So that may be probably as I'm piecing it out in my head, that's probably going to be the most difficult, challenging portion to recreate, is those three fluid motions all together. There's also, let's see, he finishes that, and then kind of pauses there, waits for the consolement. So there's a hold right there. Scroll down so we can keep talking. Anticipation there of the next action, which is going to be him like picking up his hand as he shoos away, shoos away the consolement. Passing phrase as he brings up the hand, key there, no hold, like little extreme as it cocks back, but no hold because it's just a fluid motion as the hand comes down. Unfortunately, it got cut off a little bit in the editing. I still have the original files, so I'll be able to go back and see exactly the hand position. Passing as the hand comes down, and it comes down, meets me with the key, and then the extreme as the elbow comes back in. And then there's really no hold here as I sway back to the right, or his right. There's a passing there. Key as I come up and stop, come to look at the person. An extreme as I settle. And then a hold. And I just had to check to make sure I'm recording. Contact is just before the person's trying to console with a memory. Contact just before he gets excited to listen. Passing as we're coming up, opening the eyes, opening the mouth, starting to lean forward into that. And no hold there because it goes quickly from this like realization emotion into the extreme happiness. So passing, key, and extreme, and then we hold and anticipate. And then right before we realize that there is no happiness coming, and contact into the disappointment pose. We could probably have had a passing right here, but passing into a key, which would be the quick like roll of the eyes. Be like kind of like a passing keyframe because it's happening pretty quick because the roll of the eyes kind of goes straight into him bringing up the arms with a passing into the key of the arms being folded and him looking off to the left with a bit of a, you know, the mouth stretched out, brow kind of lowered. Key, and then another key because the arms come down and then kind of like stretch and bounce, a little bit of an extreme. I guess you can't go from a key to a key, so I guess they probably have a passing there as well. An extreme and a hold as we wait for like the explanation to finish from the other person. And then I guess that would probably be a contact right there. I guess there's a couple things that I missed, but there'd probably be a little contact right there as the eyes close and you start shifting the other way and the shoulders come up. And so the passing as the shoulders come up, beginning to speak. And a keyframe as the shoulders are all the way up. And then they come back down. As the head comes down to open the mouth for another keyframe. And a bit of an extreme. Need to move that back a little bit. Because the extreme would probably be like the head settling, and then a passing into looking back to the left, a key right there, and then as the head kind of stretches back over and the mouth starts closing, a little bit of an extreme, and then into a hold, and then the scene ends. Personally, I'm still really trying to grasp the key, hold, anticipation, whatnot. I think I've got a better idea of it than I used to. In fact, I did most of this without any real prior prep in preparing for it, as opposed to the last time I attempted this type of work and preparation, and where I had to have a bunch of cheat sheets. Now the cheat sheets help, but I'm glad to have been a little bit better at it to where I feel like I could have tackle it without it and still get the gist of it. There's probably a few things I need to correct, but I think this is a pretty optimal start.